Hey, welcome to another Bojoul video. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we've been talking about peace quite a bit. And as we talk about peace, I literally like to check in with myself. When I start feeling myself feeling like anxious and disconnected, you start to become very, very sensitive and you become very aware of how you're feeling. So as we speak about peace, I check in and I'm making sure that I am applying the things that we are sharing here, because you cannot give what you don't have. And so today I wanted to further our conversation about peace. But today I want to talk about the link between peace and self-care and how essential it is for our physical, mental, and our emotional health. It is essential. When you maintain your peace, you reduce stress and you reduce anxiety, right? You become a calmer version of yourself. And we all know, right, that stress is one of the leading causes of death in the world, because stress triggers other illnesses. Whatever illness you are currently dealing with, or whatever situation you're dealing with, stress exasperates it. And when you maintain your peace, you keep your stress and your anxiety levels at bay, and it calms our mind and it calms our bodies. When you actively working towards keeping down your stress and anxiety, the link between your peace and your self-care is going to make it so that you start seeing a direct line. When I'm not stressed and I'm not anxious, I move differently. So I want you to pay attention to the connection, because when my stress levels are up, my self-care levels are down. When my anxiety levels are up, my self-care level. See, we're talking about self-care, but I want you to pay attention to the connection, right? So I have to be cautious of my stress and my anxiety levels, because it's like when one is up, it's like, you understand? It's like if my stress levels and my anxiety levels are here, then my self-care levels are there. And we're back where we started from. So stress and anxiety. The link between the peace and our physical, mental, and emotional health has also everything to it also helps us to have enhanced mental clarity and focus. That would be me. I promise you, when I'm not at peace, I am all over the place. I have it's with the simplest task. I'm very forgetful when I'm not at peace, and it's hard for me to stay focused on one task at a time. But when you are at peace, you have this enhanced sense of mental clarity. You don't have like this fog going on, like you just like floating through the world, like just kind of bumping into things or not having a direct aim. It's like it's hard for you to hit a target when you don't have an aim, because you don't have a sense of peace within yourself. I'm telling you, this peace thing is major. I'm telling you, it affects your emotional health, your mental, your physical. It's true. it causes you to lose your focus. So that means if you're not focused all day, what's happening? You just existing? You just moving around these pieces and parts in the world? What are we doing? What impact are we having? It's hard to have an impact when you're not focused. I remember years ago, we were having a workshop at my salon. And this older gentleman at the time, God bless the dead, he passed away. But it was an older gentleman at the time. It had to be about, I want to say, it could have been 2000, 99, 2000, 2001. It was a while ago. Anyway, this gentleman came to one of our workshops, and we had the workshop, and the workshop was over, and he stepped outside, and I had stepped outside at the same time. And he said to me, he said, if you take a drop of water and you take that water and you drop it on the cement in the same spot over and over and over and over again, he said it's gonna make a hole. And I mean, and he started the conversation with that. I had no idea what he was referring to at that very, very moment. But he said, if you just take a drop of water, and you keep dripping it and dropping it on that hole, on that same spot, you're going to make a hole. And it didn't hit me until years later. He was speaking about consistency and focus. That whatever it is you do, if you are focused, no matter how little it is, you will have an impact. And I shared that story because when you don't have mental clarity and you don't have focus because you're not at peace, it's like you are not being effective at whatever it is that you're doing. I don't care whether you're a financial person, whether you are a creative, whether you are real estate, whatever you're doing, you're not being effective because you are not focused. This guru that I listened to, she said, hocus pocus focus. That's the magic. Hocus pocus focus. And peace, maintaining your peace, it helps you to be focused. So it's like this domino effect. When I lose my peace, it's like I lose my focus, I lose my impact. That's a lot to give. You think it's just, I'm not at peace right now. No, it's a domino effect. Next, when you're at peace, you have an improved sense of emotional well-being. Your emotions are not all over the place. No matter what's going on inside of your world, no matter what your children are doing, no matter what's happening at work, no matter what's going on, you have this peace. It's like you create space to process and manage different emotions effectively. Not that things are not going to happen. It's that peace opens you up to be able to process the different things that's happening. Things are happening all the time. It's not going to stop happening. I used to believe that I had to get all of my ducks in a row before I could execute something. Or I wanted everything to be aligned so perfectly before I even attempted to do certain things. But little did I know that it was never going to happen. And even if it happened on one day, it wouldn't happen the next day. Life is ups and downs. Life is hills and valleys, roller coasters. And if you're waiting for Jupiter to align with Mars and all the stars to align before you begin to feel like I can balance my emotions, it's never happening. That peace that we're talking about is going to create a space for whatever emotions come up within you for you to be able to balance them and to be able to deal with them as it happens, as it's coming. You experience a greater sense of happiness and contentment. It's nothing like being comfortable in your own skin. Like, I'm good in this body. Ooh, let me tell you something. When you can get comfortable in your own body and you good, you don't need a lot of people. You don't need a lot of outside stimulation. You don't need drugs. You don't need alcohol. You don't need all of these things to bring you a level of peace. You are making progress. I'm telling you, to exist in this body, in your body, and have emotional well-being and balance, and no matter what emotion comes up, or no matter what situation arises, you always have this space that's in you that you're able to process and allow things to kind of happen as they happen. You making progress. Major progress. Next, and it's so amazing, when you keep your peace and you allow your peace, how we're making this link now. We're linking this peace thing. Your physical health is better. You are stronger. You have a stronger immune system. You have less cardiovascular problems. Your sleep patterns are not disrupted. So physically, you're literally healthier when you maintain your peace. That's what I'm saying. Like, so when you release your peace, or when you don't have a strong grasp of your peace, you're not just allowing your peace to go. What you're doing is you're literally destroying your health. That's so much to give away. That's why you have to take it so seriously. Like, ho. I know for me, right? When I start feeling certain things escalate and things go to another level, I start to pump my brakes. And not because what I'm saying may not be true, or that I no longer believe in what I'm saying, but the price that I'm paying is not worth it. A friend of mine years ago, we used to always have this conversation that there's a difference between price and cost. There is a difference between price and cost. What you are willing to pay, what you are willing to give to get something, that's a cost. I don't think that I'm willing to sacrifice my health to win an argument, because that's essentially what you're doing. Your peace is linked to your immune system, to your cardiovascular system, to your nervous system, to every function in your body. It is connected. So when you don't take that area of peace as it relates to your self-care seriously, everything is a domino. You think you're just winning this argument. You think it's just about this particular moment. No, it's not. It reverberates into our body is a beautiful, amazing system. Just like a car. When one thing breaks on your car, it's like a domino. This went down, you fix this, then that goes down, then this goes down, and this goes down, because it's all interconnected. But from the baseline, you have that peace. And when you have your peace, it strengthens for me, I could put a pin in it right there. It strengthens my immunity, my resistance to disease, my resistance to bacteria. Just me being in a state of peace, I could put a pin in it right there, because that's important to me. It should be important to you. I don't care about winning an argument. I don't care about being right. I don't care about, having the last word. It don't matter. When you feel yourself going down this rabbit hole and you know that you're going to feel worse at the end of it, you can literally pump the brakes. For sake of your peace, for sake of your health. That's what self-care is. I'm stopping and I'm going to pause for the cause. So your whole physical health is impacted by your peace. I want to say this also before I move on to my last part. When you're at peace, you eat better. You make better choices with your food. If you notice, when you're stressed and when you're going through different things, it's like you'll grab whatever to satiate that hunger. You'll grab anything, whatever. Doesn't matter. You just grab it. Because you're not conscious of what you're doing. You're not, that peace disconnects you from every single thing. When I'm at peace, you are like me. I'm a happy camper. I'm a happy camper. And when I'm not, you don't want to be around me at all. I don't even want to be around myself. The last point that I want to stress about peace and how it connects to your self-care, that link in terms of your emotional, your mental, and your physical health, is that it helps you to cultivate a sense of resilience and self-empowerment. When you prioritize your self-care, you're going to make peace a central aspect. You're going to start creating tools and you're going to be able to start seeing areas where you need to pivot, or you're going to see when things are spiking out of control and you're going to pull back from this and you're going to move forward on that. You're going to make sure that that area of your life is taken care of because you see the impact. It helps you to cultivate this sense of resilience where you can see that I can do this. I'm able to fall and get back up. I'm able to adapt. It's within me. That sense of resilience, that sense of self-empowerment. I can do this. When you now are able to navigate and move things around, that you see, like, this is not good for me. This does not serve me. This is toxic. This ain't good. You begin to recognize stuff like, hold on. And you don't even have to audibly, verbally say it. You could just make a move. Listen, I was in a place. I went to a place. I went to an event, actually. It was an event. I was invited to an event. And I was in the event for probably about 15 minutes. While I was sitting in that event, I just started to feel eerie. Like, it was just like a weird, like, I didn't feel good about being there. Nothing particularly was happening, but I started to get this sense like, I'm ready to go. I don't know if it was the people. I don't know if it was where I was sitting. I don't know. I just felt something in the atmosphere that didn't feel conducive to where I'm going at with my life. And like I said, it was nothing particularly that happened, but I did not feel good about it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to become sensitive to what's happening inside of you. I had to dismiss myself and I figured that out later. But when I feel like that, I'm going to trust my intuition and I'm going to trust the way I feel, and I'm out. And I'll figure it out later. That's what self-care is. That's when you start making that link and you start taking that self-care seriously. Like, I shouldn't be here. It's time for me to go. For whatever the reason is irrelevant. It's time to go. And I left, I went home, and I slept like a baby. And when I got up the next morning, I started to replay what was happening, and I figured out exactly why I wasn't supposed to be there or what it was that was making me feel that way. But in that moment, I didn't do all of that. I needed to get out of there. And that is what I wanted to encourage you to do. Like, as it pertains to your peace, right? And making that link that peace is essential for optimal physical, mental, and emotional health. That peace is the baseline. That's really what I want to say. It's not just about, you take my peace, I took your peace, don't bother my peace. No, you are affecting my entire life. My health, my physical health, my mental health, my emotional health. You serious? Nah. You can go ahead with that. Nah. We good. That's a strong no. I'm going to say no, Chuck, for 500. That's a no. Because it costs too much. See, a price, right? I want to say this, and I'm going to finish up. A price is what somebody else thinks that something is worth, because the price is what they put on it for you to pay. Right? That's what they think or what they believe it's supposed to be. And that's price. Cost is what you are willing to sacrifice for whatever it is that you're going for. And I am here to tell you today, I am not willing to sacrifice my health, my emotional health, my mental health, my overall well-being for the sake of being right or winning an argument or being in some toxic situation or relinquishing my peace. When you relinquish your peace, you relinquish a lot of things. It's not just your peace. You're relinquishing your life. Point blank, period. I'm going to stick a pin in it right there. We're going to table this right now. And I just wanted to thank you so much today for joining us and being a part of this conversation. Please think about what we're talking about. Fact check it. Research. Get some books. Read about these different areas that we're talking about. If it's something that resonates with you, go deeper into it. That's what self-care looks like. I'm going to pay attention to myself. I'm going to pay attention to the things that resonate with me. I just want to thank you. I appreciate you for joining us today. This conversation has touched me because it has resonated with me on so many levels, and I am grateful to be here and to be able to share, and for you to be here, for us to be here as a community. This is Bojoul. We are the home of the wellness brand, the self-care wellness brand. And I just want to thank you again. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, just subscribe and like us and share this video. If you think it can help somebody else, share it with them. If you're listening to us on podcast, download our podcast, follow us, share, subscribe to us. We just thank you so much for joining us. And I just want you to remember, as always, self-care is the best care. Thank you so much for listening. Later.